People. Just give me a second. I have to refresh this until that way I can control my stream. Let me see if the audio's good. That way I can control my stream. Alright, audio's good. And now I can get to work today. Alright, last time I was working on this, I managed to clear out a lot of this. This was not clear last time I was streaming. Now I have a lot of it cleared. Now, today's stream is, the mission is simple. I need to tear down all of this. So, just give me 1 second. I have to close my window. Oh, I forgot to... I forgot to connect this. My head... Alright, that should be good. Give me a second. I also forgot to do this. Yeah, and I got all this to work on. I'm gonna get rid of all this dirt. I gotta get all this down to level so I can take it out from the ground. You see all this? All of this has to go. Goodbye, lake. Oh man. This is going to be hard, mainly because of how big it is. The bigger the lake is, the longer it takes for me to take care of it. This could be months of work. I might as well use up all the dirt. Just show you what I intend to do. It's very simple. If you take it out 2 blocks at a time from the top to the bottom of the ocean, it will make taking out the lake very easy, but it just takes a lot of time, effort. I need to take out that mountain but I might as well just use up the dirt right here. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Not literally, but just to, kill 1 bird. Take it down 2 blocks at a time. This is the cheapest way of taking out a lake without using that much resources. I could choose to just use sand, fill it up that way, but I'd rather use dirt and do it this way. I figured out that if I can lower it to where I want the ground level to be, where the pillared hall will be, I will be able to take care of this lake without having to get rid of the whole thing. That's going to be months of work right here. Just trying to take out an entire lake is going to be hard. Yep. 1 second. I gotta take out this entire thing. All in survival. Usually you use sponges, but the problem is sponges don't do much if it's big. So I have to fill it in as much as possible. The shallow parts are the easiest parts to take care of, but when it gets to the deep parts, that's where it becomes complicated. Like, if I want to expand what I've done over here, I'm going to have to take out this. All of it. I've already taken out an entire ocean to the south, so I'm taking care of it here. I have footage of me taking out an entire ocean to the south on my channel, so I just need to keep, it's a long process. I don't like doing this, but if I want a perfect city eventually, I'm going to have to do it. Like, I'm taking advantage of the fact that this part is shallow, so I can take care of it. I got a problem. I don't know where the bed is, so I can make it daylight. That's a problem. It's going to get dark. So, I might as well get to work. Hey, Mike. Yep. Look how close I am to getting to the mountain. What do you think, Mike? I'm also been working in the south, but dang it. Like, for some reason, I'm missing a bed, Mike. I don't know where it went. Alright, I'm gonna go check it in my tunnel over here. Like, I was working on something else yesterday, but I don't want you guys to see. I've been working on the castle. I want to keep it as a surprise of what's been done so far. So I'm avoiding going to the castle area. I'm working on it. Sometimes I gotta keep a little surprises, right? The turtle's right over there. I have not touched it. I'm just trying to find a bed. I remember I left a bed down here. Alright, just so you know, when the last time you were on here, Mike, the work you put into making those furnaces, that wasn't saved. Yes, the glass cage is still there. That's... Like, I left a bed over here. Or at least I think I did. It's really bad when you don't have the resources to make another bed. Maybe I should, mass produce wool. Alright. I just need to get back to work. It's just... I have my bed somewhere up there. It's just I didn't have time to find it. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I understand. I thought for a second you said I don't care. That's what IDK means. IDC means. I understand. I understand. What is it about people? Is it autocorrect again? Look, as promised, I have not touched the turtle. Alright, I went to a funeral on Friday for my grandmother. Yeah. I will miss her. I'm just looking for my bed so I can... maybe I should get him a wife. Alright, but... I remember I left the bed somewhere around here. I need to make it daylight. Yeah. Yep. I hear somebody drowning. As you can see, I have to take down everything here. All this where I'm standing is going to be leveled. Just I'm looking for that bed. I remember I left it somewhere here. I mean, ever had like, alright, you can see, right? I'm just gonna go get some torches and get back to work. I'm waiting until I have most of the castle complete before showing it off. Mainly because I like taking my time with it. I don't want to feel pressure. I just need some coal. Yeah. My great-grandmother died at age 94. And she's in heaven right now. That's good. The octopuses will kill themselves. Alright, I have it well lit so I can get back to work. But I need to go get, I need to collect more dirt. Dirt is needed. But, of course, I might as well work here, get the dirt, and then use it to fill up the lake. Alright. Alright, Mike. I need to be able to see, so I'm placing torches. I need you guys to be able to see. So, Mike, a question for you. Do you think, eventually I'm going to get an audience of people that are looking forward to what I'll be building on this survival build eventually? Like, it might look slow to the passerby, but they... No? What do you mean, no? Yeah. Yeah, just, I think it's just gonna be a while. I think I gotta finish a big portion of it before people start noticing. What do you think? I have to get rid of all this dirt, but I'm gonna use all the dirt I'm collecting right now to fill in the lake. Yes, I do. I put all the tags I think are needed, like the title of the stream, and yep, I know that. That's what I do. I also put the name of my YouTube channel on it, and of course I put Minecraft Survival on it. It just, sometimes I don't know what to put in the tags, so I'm like, what is the aspect of the channel? Yeah, it's a lot to think of. Maybe I should go to a website and just type in any catchphrase I want for it. Right now, I'm working with a friend of mine, Recon, on the castle. Like, me and him are working together. He helped me build a good portion of the castle yesterday. Now, when he is available again, we'll be able to get back to work on the castle, but it's top secret until it's finished. Yep. Yeah. You're right. I should. That's what I do. Don't worry. I'll put in more tags after the stream is over. I forgot to put in my YouTube name. But what do you think of this right here? Look how big it is. You can't even see the chest I keep putting the materials in now. Ooh. Nice. Hey, you mind, like, I am very thankful to have you as an audience member, Mike. And I'm trying my best to keep things good and honest with my channel. Yeah, it's not easy. Like, let's just say I have a good channel here, but my only weakness is lack of promotion. This is going to take a long time. Hello. How you doing? You having a good day? Legendary aim? I'm just chugging along. This survival build will keep going until it's finished. I'm just removing this dirt so I can use it to take out the lake. Alright, good. I'm just working very hard on this. Like, this is 18th month. Alright. Alright. Sorry. But I'm just, so how's your month of May so far? Sometimes I like to be quiet so you have time to word out your comment so I can answer it. Yep. I'm not sure. You see this? This is where I'm working. All this gray is the construction yard. I've been clearing this out. What? That's cool. I've never played Roblox, but if it was released on on the consoles, I would try it out. Like, I've been playing this game for 5 years, and I've been working on this survival server for 18 months. December of 2017, I started work on this. It's just I'm avoiding the castle area because I gotta finish the castle there before I can show anybody. Is Roblox a building game like Minecraft? Like, I just keep hearing Roblox this, Roblox that. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Alright, I can check it out. I'll check out your YouTube channel later, alright? Yep. Might as well show you what's planned for this build eventually. This is a huge build. Like, I tried building in other games like Little Big Planet or several other games, but I was upset when they would say, "Oh, your build is too complicated and too big. Please downsize it." You mean the turtle? You mean this turtle? I'm not really sure. Yeah, he's alright. Sorry, don't worry. The turtle's gonna be fine. Um, it's the whole point of the build. Why would I remove the water? Why would I stop building because of the remember? What's the problem? I'm just trying to make sure everybody's happy, but I have to take out the next area of water beyond this wall right here. And this is going to be months of removing water because I want to build a huge, tremendous city. All of this has to be filled in. Huh. Alright, to tell you the truth, Legendary Aim, I need everything to be realistic. So that means there can be no aquarium in the sky, to be perfectly honest. I could have an underground one that's out of sight, but that's about it. Like, Yeah, that's out of sight, but I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of the animals. I consider them an annoyance when I'm building this. And I'm not exactly, but but thank you for offering. But I'm just I don't let that many people on my server nowadays. No, they're pixels. That's what the animals are in this game. You see, I have to take out this entire lake, and these squid keep getting in my way. They're they're slowing me up every time. But Uno? Who's Uno? I mean, oh, I don't let that many people on here. I only let one player in at a time, but only those who are dedicated to the build. When was he on my server? Like, because I actually had to adjust the rules. Oh, you mean Mike? Oh, Mike, or Uno. Oh, now I understand who you're talking about. Uno's, he does have he does have, he does have a tree. He tried to tear it down, but I left the world without saving, so his tree would be intact. Oh yeah, him. He's a good guy. He was on my channel. He was on my stream a little bit ago. I don't let that many people on as much anymore. Mainly because I let Mike on just so he could check on his tree, and also he helped me hollow out some new storage rooms. But sometimes I'm more comfortable working by myself during my streams. Yeah, I left that alone. I don't like somebody asked me to leave something alone. I will leave it alone, but whatever's in the way of finishing the construction has to come down. But that's my turtle over there, and I'm leaving him alone. But for now, he is contained so he doesn't hurt himself. Yep, I got all this to take out. Like, I gotta flatten this all out so it all matches all this. What do you mean an oopsie? Yep, I'm looking. I don't see your message. I can't while I'm streaming. I just looked. Now I see it. No. Like, I have all this to finish. Like, this is months away from completion. If I can just get it all ready, I can finally start working on the city. Oh, so you're Mike. Nice one. Yes, I am, but it will be the horror game Soma again, but this time I'm hoping to actually beat the game that time. Beat it so I can move on to a different game. Like, I have to bring diverse. I mean, I gotta be a little more diverse in what I choose to stream. So I'm trying to play different games as well as Minecraft. I mean, I just during my streams I don't let that many people on my server, mainly because my internet cannot handle that many people on here while it's trying to stream at the same time. I did that in 2017. Big mistake. I had 8 people on my server at once during the stream, and the server got corrupted. I want to see if I still have that server. We got all this finished, but now to finish this, all this dirt is going to be used to fill in a lake. Next month it's going to be 19 months of continuous work on the same server. Hey, how you doing? You having a good day? Feeling the power? Just I'm just enjoying myself as I'm building this. Alright, good. Very good. Right now I got all this I'm working on. Right now I'm right about here. Where I am right there on the map. All that gray is the construction area I've been working on for so long. 18 months of work, and it just never stops until I get to where I need to be. Yeah. Like, months ago, this was mountains. This was hills. Right below my feet was a lake. That's why you see turtle right there. Like, the turtle literally walked through lava and survived, so I have him in a protective casing so he doesn't die. What do you think of these pillars? Yeah. Like, right now I'm working on the lake. You see to the left of me, to the white icon. You see that lake? That lake's gonna be gone. It's just gonna take a few months to do it. This is all 100% survival, so it's all about trying to get everything done. Right now I'm trying to find my way downstairs. Oh, there it is. This is one of my supply corridors. Without it, I couldn't get resources from here and there. Right now, my server is online, but it's only online when I'm not streaming. I tried streaming with multiple people on here before on episode 30. The entire server crashed, and I lost 3 hours of progress because I don't autosave on this server at all anymore. I used to autosave, but a power outage, during when I was still working on this, caused me to say, okay, no more autosave, because what if this power outage happened while I was autosaving? 18 months of work would go down the drain. 18 months, and I got all this to take out right here. Right now I'm working toward taking out that mountain. I've already taken out a mountain that's actually twice as high as this one. That one took a month to take down, but this one I think could take 3 weeks by myself. Like 3 weeks, and of course this entire lake you see right here has to be emptied entirely, mainly so I can get it down to that level right there. I have to make it so I can continue the pillared hall forward. So it's lots of time being spent just trying to get everything here ready for when I start taking out the lake. It's just all this dirt needs to go, and so what do you think? Like, this is, I'm going to continue to work on this until it's finished, and the idea when I alright. But to tell you the truth, I'm somebody who likes to build huge structures. As you can see, huge structures that take a lot of time. What do you think? Like, I don't like building builds that can be completed in a day. This is a 18-month journey so far. And so far, there are some games I tried to build huge in the past, like Little Big Planet. That's cool. In the past, I tried to build some big structures in Little Big Planet, and I'm trying to remember other games that allowed you to build. But the problem was they would actually put a limit on how big you could build, which made me angry. So, but of course, Minecraft, I don't have to worry about that. There's no limit how big you can build, because since I'm playing this legitimately, so all materials are being taken by hand. Yeah, I got all this to level, and it took me 3 days to take out everything over there. What do you think of that? I'm going to show you around if that's okay with you. Do you mind if I show you as much of the build as completed? I'm going to go to the most completed part of the build. And you can tell that I'm actually pushing the PS4 to its limit because you keep seeing chests that are literally appearing out of nowhere. I'm not going to show you the castle because I'm still working on that, but I'm going to show you the first area I built on the server. I don't allow people on my server when I stream, mainly because, like I said before, bad things happen when that happens. I'm very protective of this server. I'm just trying to find my way down. This tunnel literally goes into the basement of the castle. Since my minecart is actually over there at the other end, this is a 600 block tunnel. This goes underneath my pillared hall structure. The city is actually going to be on top of the pillars. The pillared hall is right here. The city is going to be is going to be on top of the pillars. The pillars are actually holding the city up. I like having realistic construction techniques. It has to be built like it can be built in real life. No floating structures are allowed. Except some places are still not finished because being one builder means I have to choose where I build on a daily basis during my streams. This tunnel is is about 12 months old. I have videos dating all the way to April of 2018 of working on this. And I got all this stone brick legitimately from a machine that automatically makes the stone brick. Like this. Without this machine, I could not build. I could not have the resources to build this huge. Mass production is everything when you're building a big structure. Alright, what do you think of this? This was the first room I ever built on the server. I started building this in December of 2017. It was finished by mid-January, because I had to get all materials by hand, and this is before I had my machine, so I could only build smaller structures. This is my word of this is my word of advice for starting on big structures. Always start on something small. Never start on something huge when you first start out. My technique for building this room was literally. At one point, the cave was actually about this tall, where my cursor's pointing. But I built the ceiling first, and once I was done with the ceiling, I started digging down to this level. And I eventually built storage rooms for stone brick. This was the first storage room. It's no longer used because it's obsolete. I have a bigger storage room now. but I'm still pretty happy about how this came out. But then I decided, alright, this greenhouse is too small. So I decided to build another one. Except, I wanted it to be stacked, like a wedding cake. So, here we are. Another level. And it's actually beneath the other one. This was hard to do because I had to do all the measurements. And I single-handedly built this. I literally almost got fried by lava right about here. There was lava pools everywhere. But it took a long time, but I managed to get this second basement level 2 finished. I originally planned to have a third greenhouse below, but I had other plans. I'm still working down here, but I haven't worked down here since I streamed it last time. People would just go in, see me working on this, and then leave. So, but this is gonna be the future library. It's this big, but I don't like making small builds, so everything has to be huge. If I choose to build a library, it's going to be humongous. And meanwhile, if you go up here, this is the second build I built on the server, and this is the second oldest thing on the server. This right here. This took me 3 weeks to build because I had to make all the stone brick by hand. I mean, this was before I had the machine, so I had literally had 60 furnaces running constantly to make the stone brick you see here. This was put in by a friend. I don't know how he got that thing to work, but the rest of this I built myself. What do you think? Like, I'm hoping to finish this entire build eventually. It just takes a long time. This is the most complete portion of the map, so it's I mean, of the entire city. The plan is to build an entire city right here, but this is going to be the castle area. Of course, up there, that this is the only thing of this castle you'll ever see. I mean, I'm actually working on it when I'm not streaming, so I want to finish it before I show you guys. Meanwhile, I remember 16 months ago, I was working over here. There was hills, trees, and lakes I took out, and then I dug it out to this level right here. That way I could put this in. This took a long time, and this is the most completed portion of the pillared hall. That way it gives you an idea of the scale of the... Yeah. Alright. Like, I'm willing to play a game if it has a fun building mechanic. Like, as long as there's no limitations. I really hate it when these builder games, I start building and I want to build huge, but then the game just pulls me back and says, you can't build any bigger. Oh, come on. And that bores me to no end, so I just give up on the game and move on. Like, I like testing myself, you know. I like building with a challenge in mind. What do you think? Just I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to build. So I gotta get back to work. Like every stream I do. Yeah. Like every stream I do, I like to like finish an aspect of the build. Finish it. The plan in the long term is to have this be a huge city, built entirely in survival. But of course, since there's lots of people, since there's lots of people that expect a build to be done quickly, I think I'm going to be a niche YouTube channel for a time. Like, my parents keep insisting it's niche, not niche market. But they expect it to be done quickly, so they judge it before they even see it finished. But hey, I'm not panicking. It's called. I'll let them. I mean, they'll eventually see it's great in the long term. Like, I got all this to finish. There's no monsters because I'm playing the game the way it was originally put into beta. There was no monsters in the original build of Minecraft. So I'm literally trying to build everything without TNT. It's not easy, but that's what makes it fun. Like, I don't take the easy road, I take the hard road. If I can get this entire mountain down today, not exactly the mountain over there, this part of the mountain, that'd be great. The fastest way to take out mountains of this size is to choose an area you can easily reach the top, and if you can take it out 4 blocks at a time like this, make sure you're lined up so you don't accidentally fall, and you can do this. I spent months trying to figure out the best ways of tearing down mountains. I got chests over there that I use to empty my inventory, and then eventually when those chests are full, I actually take it to my workshop where I transform it into more stone brick. Or polished granite, polished dolerite, any materials I need. Right now, the only materials I use in heavy abundance is stone brick, for now. Eventually, I'll be switching to other materials for the city when I'm done with the actual construction. Oh, cool. Like, I have it offline. That means nobody can enter the server unless I turn it to online. But you can still build while you're listening to me and see how I'm doing on my build. That's what I intend people to do. Just build your own project while watching me. I find it a lot more fun if when I build, I usually listen to some of my favorite YouTubers. I don't watch Minecraft related stuff. I don't want to take ideas from people. I like coming up with my own, but I don't like stealing ideas. So I come up with my own methods. Alright, it's too tall. I gotta shorten it so I can take it out from the top. Take it out by 2 blocks, and it should be low enough for me to take out 6 blocks at a time. Taking out entire mountains. I took out some mountains to the south of my location here, and that took about 3 weeks. Of course, I work on my server when I'm not streaming, so I get a lot finished, and of course, getting a lot of work done on this server is good. I used to work on my other build. Another build I took 6 to 8 months to work on. somebody griefed it, and I gave up on that build and moved on to this build. And I say this build I'm working on is the largest build I've ever constructed. Or at least it will be when it's finished. Of course, I mean, eventually I'm planning, when I start building the actual city itself, I'll be putting in awesome buildings like cathedrals, residential area, royalty area. Like, of course, near the castle the royalty sector of the city has to be close to the actual castle. Like the nobles. This all we need to do is all I need to do is finish this taking out this mountain. I have a cobblestone line over there that I have to reach. I built a cobblestone line to determine the end of the city. You can't see it from here because it goes beyond the desert. I have to work my way all the way to that cobblestone line so I can finish the actual pillared hall. I tried having people help me on my server in the early days, but a lot of them, they get bored, they start messing around. And a lot of them were just complainers. And it gets to the point where you're like, okay, I've had enough of listening to the complainers. And decided to just carry on alone, even when nobody's on here. Of course, I do have some people that come onto my server after I'm done with streams. Like, for example, I have one of my PSN friends, Recon, who comes on here, and he's helping me build the castle. He helps me out, and of course I give him credit. I'm praising him right here. But of course, you guys will not be able to see his work until I feel the castle is ready to go. Not exactly finished, but mostly finished for you guys to see in the future. Hoping to have it finished by August. If this was all hills and flatlands, I think I could have the pillared hall fit. The area where the pillared hall is ready to go within a few months. But these mountains are in my way, so I have to take them out. The texture pack I'm using right now is the Fantasy Texture Pack. I've already looked at my build in Classic, and I haven't done so in months. I haven't looked at my building classic in a long time. Alright, I gotta go and empty my inventory. I am ignoring materials until I'm ready to put the stone brick down. This is going to take a couple hours to empty these chests when they're all full. Alright, saving the game. I remember playing this on the PS3 version. Like, I'd be playing the game, and of course the game would autosave every 60 minutes. It got really annoying when the game had to stop for a couple seconds. That happens. But, of course, the PS4 version is superior to the PS3 version. Alright, I shortened this enough I can now take it out from the bottom. And every time I take out a mountain, I become richer in materials. There's probably probably enough cobblestone in this mountain that I can make I can make a lot of stone brick from it. Of course, I keep finding coal, which fuels the machines. I'm going to see if I can find that cobblestone line so I know exactly how much land I have to traverse. Alright. Alright, this is the only thing I like about the aquatic update, is that you can almost walk on water. That cobblestone line, I have to know how far do I have to go. Everything you see here will be leveled. What I will do with all the dirt is a mystery. Gotta keep building it. Oh, there it is. The cobblestone line is right there. I'm not exactly a PvP fan. Like, I see Minecraft as a building game first and foremost. As you can see, here's the cobblestone line. This will be the end. And let me see, how many blocks was that? Alright, alright, this is 419. I'm going to see how far I am. 419, I'm heading right back to where we started. I just need to see how many... it was 419, so I'm going to... Just need to know how many blocks I still have to go until I finish the expanse. Because not only this, I have to finish it along the entire thing. So getting to the cobblestone line is going to be a long time. I'm hoping to have most of the pillared hall finished by August of 2020 at the latest. Oh my, that's 200. I have to go. I have to go almost 225 blocks in that direction if I want to be finished with the part of the pillared hall in this area. But I have to do that along an entire. That's going to be lots of work. But trying to do it by myself, I think I hopefully will win. Not trying to be arrogant here, but this is going to be a long time coming before I'm finished with this. Yeah. I have to take out this entire mountain, and I got 220 blocks till I finish the pillared hall. So, months of work incoming, and I have to take out this entire lake in order to get to the other side. Ugh. Hard times. Gonna have to wipe out all the fish, the squids, the dolphins. I'm just looking at it. The entire line of construction, all the gray is what's already leveled. All the green has to be wiped out. What I'm trying to do here is trying to remake the land in my, in my own vision of construction. So taking out entire areas of land so I can build my pillared hall that will rest beneath the city when it's completed. That's the only thing that's keeping this entire build from being finished. It's sort of like those I'm trying to remember what they were called. In Roman Paris, water channels. I'm trying to remember what they were called. Not the aqueducts. It was a chamber of pillars, but there was a water supply. Cisterns? Not exactly sure. Just trying to remember what they're called. After I'm done with today's stream, I gotta continue to wail away at this entire mountain until it's gone. I took down an entire generated mansion on the other side of this mountain. That took 3 days. No TNT allowed while constructing. Right now beneath this is the ocean. Right now the plan is simple. I'm going to put 2 blocks of dirt in the water. Slowly it will encompass the entire lake, and then as soon as I'm done with that, I'll take it out again and start putting another 2 blocks beneath that one. Domino effect. Looks like I missed this part. Just gotta lower it down so I can go down to that level right there and take it out from the top. Take it down from the bottom. Just... My number one motto for this server is patience is a virtue. It takes a long time, and I'm building it the way I want to build it. I never said, I mean, in the long run, I'm hoping to finish this entire build in 3 to 4 years. But I'm going to take my time with it. No time limit is set on this server. I'm able to take all the time I need to make sure this build is completed to the highest quality I can possibly get it to. I'm not good at redstone. The only thing I'm good at is I'm good at making stone brick structures. Getting rid of entire mountain areas. I mean, the first few mountains I took down by myself, took a month to take down because I was mainly learning how to take down mountains. I used to take them down 2 blocks at a time from the top down, but that took a long time. So I'm starting to do it where I'm taking it out 5 or 6 blocks at a time. It's a lot easier, and you'll take care of the mountain a lot faster. Of course, when people come on my server and say they're going to help me, they usually try to take it out like this. They go like this. And I'm like, that's not how you do it. You take it out like a machine, like this. Like, next. So, it's more about doing it in such a way that it's fast. I don't use enchanted pickaxes. I only use it when I need obsidian. I like using unenchanted diamond pickaxes to take out entire mountains. I'm gonna have to make a parody video at some point of me building this, and then I'll just show what I'm thinking when I'm building it. Of course, it's gonna show a huge war against the land. it would be a good idea if I build a huge line of completed, all the way to that cobblestone line. That way I have a guide. Alright, good. Now I can take out this area. Alright, I gotta be careful as I take out this area, because there's one block between me and water. Like that. Trying to hollow all this out. But it's gonna be hard when you got water, and of course this water is gonna go. It'll just take a while. I've declared war on this lake, and it's going to be gone. But for now, I need to ignore it and just take this out so I get it to this level. If there was a bulldozer, I could probably take this out. In Minecraft, like, just make it, it doesn't have to go overboard. Just, make it so it actually uses a lot of coal for fuel. And it should be an interesting build. And it should make taking out entire areas a lot easier. I'm just going to keep doing this until I make a dirt wall of the water, trying to get rid of all this stone. Alright, good. Just gotta see what level am I. Good, I'm on the level. This is where the the stone bricks will be placed for the pillared hall. So this is gonna be interesting for the future. Just gotta take it out nice and slow. That way I don't accidentally flood the construction area. Here we are, water's on the other side. Got all this, and we got I gotta take care of this over here. But first I gotta remove all cobblestone. Hey Jack, welcome back. Right now I got all this today. I need more diamond pickaxes. So how's your day been, Jack? Oh, what's going on today? I'm working on taking out all this. It might not, I mean, it's a lot of work right now. Let me show you. I am working, let me just get to the light so you can see better. As you can see right here, I am working right here. And right now I'm very close to where I need to end this city. Just need to keep going. That's good. Alright, I'm just saying that's great. Just right now, I just have a lot of work to do right here. I figured out how to take down mountains very quickly. You just do it like this. Like, you do it one layer at a time, you're able to get a lot of work done. Before I end the stream today, I have to complete this part of my quota. Like, I didn't do a stream at all yesterday or the day before yesterday, mainly because to a party, so I can talk to you face to face, or at least, you know, voice to voice. Alright, you could, but of course I won't be able to talk to you till after stream, alright? Just I need to get some quality footage on my channel. Yeah, I understand. Like, I had trouble with my mic a few months ago. Do you have Discord? We could talk over Discord. Like, that's what I had a problem with a friend yesterday. He didn't have a mic on PSN, but I told him just use your phone to talk to me, and we managed to get our Discord numbers. Oh, sorry to hear that. Just I mean, Jack, I am less than 200 blocks from getting to where a cobblestone line I built a few months ago to show me where I ought to end the city. It's 200 blocks away, so I need to take out this mountain, then take out the lake, then continue forth. It'll just take a long while to get to that cobblestone line. What do you think? just tomorrow, I'm hoping to play playing a horror. I'm playing a horror game on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. The horror game is called Soma. I managed to get to halfway through the game, and I'm hoping to finish it in tomorrow's stream. What do you think, Jack? Alright, I understand. I understand. Alright, I believe you there. Like, I don't see any purpose to Discord unless you, like, the only thing Discord is good for is talking to friends over, while you're playing a game. Like, I tried using Discord on my laptop, and, if you don't have the right equipment, it doesn't work. I'm trying to complete a lot of this before I end stream today. Yep. It's a software. Yep. The more I complete this, Jack, the bigger my ambitions get. I have to take out that mountain right there entirely. That's months of work. Don't worry, this is episode 58 of the REDSEACRAFT streaming series. What do you think of getting to welcome to episode 58, Jack? The real question is, how many episodes will I... Alright. Yep. The real question is, how many episodes will it take to finish this eventually? I don't know, and I don't want to guess. I had to go, last Friday I was supposed to stream, but my great-grandmother passed away on May 14th. That's a good guess, Jack, but I'd rather not plan ahead. But I had to go to my great-grandmother, she passed away on May 14th, 2019. And I had to go to her funeral on Friday. And as to honor her, I didn't stream it all this weekend, last weekend. Yesterday or the day before. She was a good grandmother. She was 94. Yep, thank you. She was 94 years old, and born in 1926. And she was a laugh. She had a sense of humor. She had a sense of humor, and she was a nice person to talk to. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, 79. Like, I mean, my great grandma, she outlived her. I mean, she outlived her husband by 18 years. Actually 16 years. I went to Grandpa Musman's funeral in 2003. That was 16 years ago. And of course, I had Great Grandpa Smith. Alright, this is how my family works, Jack. That's cool. That's cool. I think my grandpa worked in, my great grandpa Musman worked in the tank factories during World War II, making the tanks. Probably the Sherman. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to ask Dad when he gets home. Like, when he actually moved to Michigan because he was offered $1 an hour. This was 1940, by the way. And just going to Michigan to get $1 an hour, sign me up, he said. Oh, I get what you're saying. You said you're from China, correct? I'm just trying to recall what you talked to me before in the last streams. Alright, good. Yeah, back when the Japanese were going through and conquering half of China. I am a big historian regarding this, regarding World War II, the Korean War. Hey Viri, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, yeah. I went to, the funeral went well on Friday, and I decided to take the weekend off because we were literally, I was exhausted after the funeral. I'll miss her. And see, there's a storm now? Where you are? Oh, interesting. What's NCS, Jack? It's been a long time since you've been on here, Jack. So, Viri, if you're still here, so you're saying there's a storm now, but just right now, I have my window open for the first time since the end of the summer last year, and it feels good to have some nice cool breeze come in the house now. But of course, I did close it because lots of cars come in from the south this way, so the sound just carries into my room. Oh. Yeah, I know that, but I don't know how to get a song to play as I'm doing the streams, if you know what I mean. Alright, I understand. I know no copyright songs. They actually have some cool stuff to listen to, but I have no way of getting it onto my streams while I'm streaming. Maybe I should get a stereo system that plays public domain music in the background. You're just so afraid of being copyright claimed by, copyright law that you just don't want to have any music whatsoever. You understand that, Jack? I've actually seen some YouTubers have their entire streams claimed just because a copyright song played. Scary. I just don't want to get my channel in trouble. I'll have to figure that out then. But I have to figure out the right volume so you guys can still hear me as I'm doing the stream. Oh yeah, I usually turn off the Minecraft music as well. Maybe I should turn that back on. Just not too loud. Alright, 10% is good. I like it that that Minecraft you can't get copyright claimed on the Minecraft music. Oh my. Yeah, for some reason my laptop's been running really slow lately. And I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. Alright, I'll try running it on my laptop next time, alright, Jack? I'll check it out, but that means I have to put the name of the song in the description. I hate storms when they affect my internet connection and cause power outages, which does happen in my area. But I don't exactly hate them when they're a spectacle. When it looks awesome to watch as long as it doesn't affect you. Just seeing thunderstorms, lightning storms, watching those happen. I meant watching it outside the house. Got all this. Alright, a lot of this is complete. Veer, you still there? My internet speed is 20 megabytes with a 3 megabyte per second upload speed. Why? Why ask? It's the download speed is 20 megs. But the upload speed, which determines the quality of the internet, of the streaming, is I think last time I checked about 3 megs per second. But I'm gonna have to check it again before after I end this stream. Nice. We're paying. We're paying about $75 a month for our internet, and we're getting 20 megabyte speeds, which is the fastest we can get in this area. The problem with this is that the 100 megabyte internet by Charter, they're 2 miles up the road. They're 2 miles up the road, and they're never going to bring their cable down here. Because population 800, that's a problem. I don't know how much a euro is compared to a dollar, but that's a lot. 130. Our internet provider, like 20 megs per second. Alright, about the same. Alright. Like, this internet speed is the best we can have in this area. We live in the country, so having this type of internet speed, the internet is actually coming off a tower 9 miles outside our house in this direction. So, 9 miles away from my house, the radio-based internet comes. This is not coming from a satellite dish. This is coming from, a satellite. This is coming from a signal off the water tower in where we 9 miles from where we live. Sorry, sometimes I get tongue-tied. So this is one of the reasons. Yeah. Like, you gotta take what you got. So, I wish I could stream at 720p, but I can't. I tried doing it at 720p years ago. 2 years ago, and it failed. My number one concern is quality, so I chose 380p. It's the upload speed that determines how good my streams come out to. You gotta live with what you got, right? I really, really hope that one day maybe they'll bring that Charter line down with 100 megs per second, and probably, yeah. Thank you, Viri, for being honest. I'm trying my best to keep it as high quality as possible, but it does get a little bad when there are some jerks that occasionally tell me, "Oh, you can't do 720p. You're garbage." I'm like, we used to watch VHS tapes on 380p. They could never get true 480p on VHS. It was either 360p or nothing. I've been working. Me and a friend are working on the castle when I'm not streaming Veery. What do you think? Like, I've already gotten some work done on it, but just I wanna keep it a surprise of what it'll look like in the long term. So alright, I decided to do this now, show people it in a wider scale. What do you think so far? Of course, I put it up here when I don't need to. Alright. What is the size of Poland from its western border to its eastern border? Yeah, it's okay. Like, if you say it in kilometers, I can just say, okay, I just need to divide that by half, and I'll get get it in miles. Like, for example, hearing about Hitler's Atlantic Wall being 5,000 kilometers long, that's 3,000 miles long in mileage. Like, and so, alright, I like mileage, like, of course, finding out that a kilometer is 0.6 miles, while a mile is 1,280, is 5,280 feet for 1 mile. We got all this. Now I gotta get back to work over here. Just gonna keep working on this. finding out that there's a lot of nations in this. Wow. 603,000 as. Alright, let me just figure that out. Alright, alright. I mean, that's 100,000. I mean, that is about 100,000 square miles. I think I've sprung a leak. Alright. Alright. Do you know that Poland can actually fit inside the United States very snugly? Yeah, I know, but there's, I mean, like for example, we got Great Britain that's the size of Pennsylvania. It could fit. I mean, Great Britain could fit inside Pennsylvania and still have room for Ireland. But I'm just trying to give a fact right there, like our country. I mean, like for example, my state of Michigan is roughly 58,000 square miles. From the state of Michigan has, basically, when you go over the Michigan border from Indiana or Ohio, you actually have a 4-hour trip to get to the Mackinac Bridge. Alright, the population of Poland then. How many? Just watching a documentary on the Second World War, and alright, a documentary on the Second World War, and it said thousands of Poles died a day under German occupation. That sounded harsh, that the Germans thought so low of the Poles when they occupied the country during World War II. I feel sorry for them. I like looking at the history from both sides, the Germans and the other side that they fought. Alright. I mean, this is not exactly a question. This is more of a history. Was Poland under the Soviet bloc for 50 years? Of course, you guys were eventually freed by the collapse of the Soviet Union. But when were you guys free and put once again into a capitalist country? Like, the problem with I'm more of somebody who's I'm pro-capitalist, and I look at the history of the regime of certain countries. I'm looking at Venezuela, and I'm like, oh, that's socialism. That's what socialism does to a country. People are starving to death in Venezuela. They're breaking into zoos, killing the animals, and eating them. It's horrible. And there are some people that want to bring socialism to the United States, and I'm like, no, 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 no. We do not want to become like Venezuela or North Korea or... Alright, good. You guys were free in 1993. Awesome. I like asking questions because I like to hear a first-hand account from people who actually live in the country rather than somebody who doesn't live in the country itself. What do you think of that? Like, people love living in freedom. Yeah. I like talking to people about their country, but... Alright. Alright, let me just think of what question to ask. What lands were actually German before Poland before Poland got recompense for Germany invading them during the Second World War? I understand that Poland now controls what was I'm trying to remember the name of what the German Empire was before they became a German state. Oh yeah, East Prussia. East Prussia was given to Poland. No. You guys got more land. East Prussia was dissolved and given to you guys, or at least that's what I think, or at least. Because before World War II, the reason why Hitler wanted to invade Poland in the first place was he was sick and tired of he was sick and tired of going through Poland to get to East Prussia. I would be mad too. The only thing I found a problem with Germany, I'm like this. Germany wanted revenge because of this horrible Versailles Treaty. This Versailles Treaty was a horrible thing because all the blame was placed on Germany instead of placed on the Ottomans and in Austro-Hungarian Empire. It was all placed on Germany. Like, that was unfair. Yeah, but what do you think of the Versailles Treaty humiliating the Germans enough that they wanted another war with you? Wanted another war. I can understand. I'd be upset too if I looked at that treaty. Like, of course, I like looking at it from both sides rather than, looking at it from the good side. What do you think? Like, I like having good conversations, but sometimes I find some of the history is one-sided. There has to be stuff that led to the war. Like, cause and effect, something like that. Yep. That I can understand. But what do you think of cause and effect? Like, this Versailles Treaty made Germany so angry that they were willing to throw away. When Hitler came to power, they were willing to throw away what peace they had to get some revenge from from Great Britain and, of course, Poland. But I'm just saying it from what I've heard in the history. What I've been reading in history. Because Germany controlled part of Poland during World War I, correct? And of course, Poland was recognized as an official nation after World War I, correct? I like having good conversations about World War II history. Like World War I, I like looking at both. What do you think? Of course, the Polish resistance. The problem was that we had the problem for Germany was they, like, if they had not invaded Poland, I think the Nazi regime would still be here today. But Hitler wanted a way into Russia, and Poland was the only country standing in his way. My favorite, what's your favorite tank of World War II, Veery? Like, my favorite is the German Panzer 8, Panzer 7 Tiger tank. Yeah, it's funny how Great Britain did not declare war on Russia. What do you think? Why do you think Great Britain and France did not declare war on Russia at that point in time? Like when Russia came in and annexed half of Poland. It's funny, they declared war on Germany and but ignored Russia. You see, I'm actually trying to push back the dirt. Like, I gotta look at that and why didn't Great Britain and France declare war on Russia? And you wanna know, I actually heard this video. I heard this read this in a comment that the French actually lied to the Polish command and told them, "Hey, keep fighting, We'll be there to help you any day." After the war Second World War began, but of course they had no intention of helping Poland at all at that point in the war, because they won a few victories in German territory in the West, but then they gave up and went home. Yeah. They were scared of Russia, yes. Yep. And a question for you. The Germans made up propaganda saying the Polish were weak and they could only throw cavalry at our tanks. Was that true, or do you think the Germans made up propaganda? Like, don't worry, I have nothing against Poland. I like asking questions. Alright, but of course I see footage of Poland troops running at the tanks with lances. Probably where they were cut down and destroyed. The one question I have is, why didn't Poland modernize at the same time as Germany? You'd think that if I was Poland and I saw Germany rearming, I'd be making... Yeah, but what do you think? If I was Poland and I was looking to my neighbor and saw that they were rearming, I'd be like, maybe we should rearm as well, just in case. But instead, they were unprepared for an invasion from Germany. Like, ugh. Yeah, but here's the problem. there's no saying if Russia didn't attack, because Hitler had actually signed a treaty with Stalin before he invaded Poland. The treaty said that they would conquer and divide Poland between themselves. Like, Hitler was trying to make sure his back was secure, so he wouldn't have to face Russia in a two-front land war. USSR to the east, France and Britain to the to the west. And to me, if Hitler had decided to honor his 10-year non-aggression pact with Stalin, I think the Germans would have won. The problem was trying to get Great Britain to surrender was a hard road. And of course, the reason why America did not enter the war until December 7th, 1941, was because a lot of us in America were like this: why help Europeans? They mean nothing to us. Like, it doesn't affect us if one side wins. But of course, when December 7th came, we saw, oh my, this war is going to come to us if we don't do something. Yeah. Leaving a power vacuum, which Stalin exploited, correct? It's kind of sad that the Poland worked so hard to liberate their people, only to be enslaved by the Soviet Empire. They say that communism is selfless. No, it's not. We're not ants here. Come on. But I'm just looking at it from two sides of the coin. Like, we got here's the problem. Here's the problem with that assumption. Germany, the country of Germany itself, I mean, at the start of World War II, was approximately the size of, was probably a quarter of the size of the state of Texas. And trying to invade us would be impossible because in America, we have the right to bear arms, which means they wouldn't, I mean, the Germans wouldn't be fighting just the military. They'd be fighting, they'd be fighting Grandma Gherkins. They'd be fighting the kids in the backyard because a lot of kids, some kids get 22 rifles at 14 years of age. And so the Germans would actually have to make war on civilians if they wanted to win. Because the American spirit is defend your country. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why the United States was not touched. Was not bombed at all during World War II. We were about 3,000 miles from the European coastline. So Hitler could not bomb us even if he wanted to. So we were basically the arsenal of democracy, as in we don't start the wars, we finish them. So it was more of, the reason why we entered the war against Hitler was mainly because Hitler declared war on us a day after we declared war on Japan. Could you imagine if Hitler had decided, okay, let's not declare war on America, and just let them just fight the Japanese. Imagine Great Britain would have to fight the Germany alone while we fought the Japanese. Like, I like what if scenarios as what you think of my what if scenario. I say the Germans would fail miserably if they tried to invade the United States. Yeah, but here's the problem with the Japanese as well. The Japanese actually, the Japanese's tanks were actually were literally out of date at the start of the war. Yes, the Empire of Japan. What do you think of their? What do you think of their tanks being obsolete at the start of the war? Literally, the Japanese were using guns that were good for the 1905 war against Russia, but not for the Pacific Theater. We were using Thompson submachine guns. They were using bolt-action rifles. I did a lot of study on that. But of course, I still believe the Japanese, the Germans, and the Italians could have won World War II if they had worked together instead. There was little coordination between the Japanese and the Germans throughout World War II. Like, even though they signed a pact to work together, they never did. They never did. The only powers in this in the Axis powers that actually worked together were the Italians and the Germans. That's it. So the Japanese were like, okay, we're working on our own. Meanwhile, Hitler's like this. I'm invading Russia. I need your help, Japan. Can you invade the USSR from the east? From the east, so I can concentrate in the west, so we can defeat USSR together. But Japan is like, no, and instead attacks Pearl Harbor. Isn't that insane? Like, Hitler's like, come on, the Soviets are about to collapse. Because think of this, if Hitler, think of this, if Japan had invaded from the east, Stalin would not have been able to send to take 30 divisions from the east and, and counterattack the Germans. The problem was the Japanese were like, we are not going to attack the Russian Empire because we got a bloody nose during the Battle of Kockengull. And of course, I like the movie Schindler's List, where Oskar Schindler in Poland during World War II and Krakow, saves 1,100 Jews from extermination. Of course, he actually moves them to Brinitz, Czechoslovakia, when the Russians are coming and they overrun Krakow, Poland. Russians are coming. Of course, but during World War II, it was America that had the bomb. And you want to know, with the atomic bomb, after World War II, America had the power to conquer the world 10 times over. But instead, we dismantled our fleet and went home. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great, Tim, and it's good to hear from you. Yeah. Allow me to show you the map in a bigger fashion, Tim. Like, this is what I've been working on. I'm trying to build a whole city in survival, and I'm streaming myself doing it. That way I have proof I built this all in survival. The difference between survival and create is that I build everything. In create mode, I can get all materials without having to work for them, but in survival, I have to work for my completion, which makes it fun for me. Like, I like challenge. If there's no challenge, why do it? Right now, I have to take out this entire lake in survival. And it's going to be a long time coming. So, Tim, how have you been? It's been a long time since we talked. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I am working very hard on it, and I'm not... Oh, just give me 1 second, Veery. This is my cousin. He's awesome. Or at least, I think so. Don't worry, just... Alright, but Veery, what was it like growing up? Yeah. But what was it like growing up in Poland during the early 2000s? Communism has just left Poland in 1993, correct? So what was it like in your early years? Just trying to recreate what was. I'm just going to keep working on it until it's finished, so this is just a lot of time coming. Alright, it was okay. Yeah. The problem, the problem with World War II was if Great Britain and France had been more compassionate during the signing of the Versailles Treaty, I think World War II would never have happened. That's my opinion right there. The problem was they treated Germany bad at the end of World War I, and which made Germany mad, which made them want revenge. Revenge is a dish best served cold, and to me, I don't feel sorry for Great Britain and France for invoking the war. Yeah. Alright, I understand, so, I'm just working very hard here, and I'm happy to hear from you, Tim. Veery, but in my opinion, with that signing of that Versailles Treaty at the end of World War I, war was inevitable. It was going to happen whether or not there was no preventing it. It would have happened either way. I'm a big believer in prophecy. I'm a big believer in biblical prophecy, and I was like, without World War I, there is no Israel. That's good. We're friends with you, Poland. We salute you. Basically, think of this. without World War II, without Hitler, without this, without the Holocaust, we don't have Israel today. The country of Israel would not have existed without what Hitler did during World War II. So, I'm just looking at it from that perspective. Like, what was evil at the time, God used for good. Or at least that's what it says in the Bible. All good things come from both good and bad for those who love God. That's I think that's the verse, but I don't remember what part of the Bible that's from. Yeah. Just don't. Oh. No. They're not telling a lot of lies about Poland. They're telling lies. They're not telling lies about Poland, Viri. They're telling what the Germans did in Poland, not about you. Of course, there were some Polish people in Poland that were collaborators with the Nazis, but I don't blame the whole country of Poland for that. Like, do you blame the cow? Like, I watched this one movie, Red Dawn, and this Red Dawn is basically where the USSR finally starts invading the United States in this movie, and of course I like it. I like this one person speech. All right, if a wolf goes and kills your chickens, do you slaughter your do you slaughter your pig because he saw the wolf? No, you would go after the wolf. Like, or something like that. But don't worry, I'm not blaming all of Poland, but there were some Polish people who were considered bad. But what do you think, Viri? I'm just I like talking about World War II history. I like talking about it from different viewpoints. I like talking to you about this. Yeah, I'm taking out this lake, and it's a slow travel. Ugh. Oh. I keep running out of dirt. Oh, hey Tim. Let me show you around since you're on here. Viri, what do you think? You like hearing different viewpoints, right? This is a huge build. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or offend people for saying that. It's just I like talking to people about history. Like, of course, in my opinion, history does not respect people's feelings or does not respect feelings. History is what history is. Of course, there are lies throughout history. You know, history is written by the victors. But sometimes you gotta accept some versions of history because history is what people recall that happened. But of course, the Holocaust was a horrible thing that happened in Eastern Europe during the 1940s, and most of it happened in Auschwitz, Poland, which was the truth right there. Like, terrible, a terrible place. But I've never been to Europe, so I don't know. But I've seen documentaries of about them talking about it. I'm like, this, okay. But I like talking about World War II history, and I'm like this. The Polish people were gonna be. In Hitler's book Mein Kampf, he said he was gonna wipe out every single Polish person if he had won the war. So it was a good thing we defeated him. Correct? They were going to wipe out the Poles, the Russians, and everybody, and then turn it into Lebensraum, living space for Germans in the East. So it's actually very good and fortunate that we won the war. Yeah, just all this, I got my machine running. I just gotta check and see how the machine is going. Alright, machine is producing stone. Yeah, when I'm afraid of running out of stone brick, I literally shut down every expansions and just take it out with diamonds. All right, what's wrong with this one? Oh, how did that end up in the machine? And Tim, by the way, welcome to episode 58 of the REDSEACRAFT streaming series. I'm gonna keep keep making episodes. I am gonna be playing, one of the horror games I have in my collection tomorrow called Soma, but I'll get back to working on this on Wednesday. Yeah. Tim, this is the first area I ever constructed. It just grew over time. This is the whole thing. This is the south where I've been working a lot, but I'm working up here. I would if I could afford the plane ticket. I do have a passport that I've never used. So, like, Poland, I heard, is a very beautiful country. Like, or at least I think so. Just, I haven't, I'm used to seeing it war-torn, like I've been watching a lot of history documentaries. The only thing I know about Poland is that The Witcher 3 comes from it. But I've never played, I haven't beaten The Witcher. Alright. To build all this, Tim, and I have to tear apart everything and get to right here. And then it's all going to be here. It's going to be a huge city built in survival. It's going to be the most, I'll be able to start building the city immediately once the pillared hall is complete. I'm avoiding the castle because I'm working on it. I want to keep it a surprise for future viewers. I've already showed people what it looks like, but I actually tore apart part of what was completed up there, and now I'm rebuilding it. Yeah. So what's your favorite part of Poland, Viri? Like, is there such a thing as countryside in Poland? Like, it's a small country. Hello. Uh-huh. How are you doing today, Free Fire? Just don't worry. You having a good day? Please keep all naughty stuff out of the channel. I'm trying to keep it family friendly. Like, I'm keeping this channel 100% family friendly. But of course, the only thing I can't control when it's family friendly is certain games. I'm doing great. I'm just working. I have a lot of work to do here. I've been taking out this entire mountain. It's going to be a slow process, but when it's done, it's done. And I'm just going to keep going until this is all flattened like the rest of this. Alright, Witcher. Like, oh, you mean Witcher? Like, I heard of Witcher. I mean, I thought it was The Witcher 3. I mean, like, that's how people keep saying it in YouTube videos. Alright, thank you, Free Fire, and welcome. Like, I have all this flattened out. 18 months of work so far. Yeah, I haven't given Witcher 3 a chance, because I'm like, am I missing out on anything if I played that before I play the first two? Like, I honestly do not like playing a third game in the series if I don't know what went on in the first game. Alright. How big is the city where you live? You don't have to tell me what city you live in. You just have to say how big is your city. That's all. Like, that's cool. Yeah. Alright, I'll give you a fact about Michigan. Michigan is a state that's divided into two portions. There's the Lower Peninsula and there's the Upper Peninsula. I mean the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula were separated for years, and until 1957 when the Great Mackinac Bridge was built. The Mackinac Bridge was a bridge they said that could not be built, that could survive the Straits of Michigan. I mean, the Straits of Mackinac, the problem with the Straits of Mackinac is we're the Great Lakes. We're in the Great Lakes region where these things, they're called the Great Lakes, but they're more like the sea, but except a lot more devastating storms when you're on the Great Lakes. And what's cool, I mean, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, Michigan has only has one mountain in Michigan, and we have some cool islands to visit. Like there's Beaver Island, there's Mackinac City, Mackinac Island, which I actually went to once. Like, this was when I still ran I was the manager of a store in Mackinac City. And I shut down the store because it was underperforming. I was managing the store and I had to shut down the store mainly because we were not making the sales to pay the rent, so I shut down the store. and I bought a ticket to Mackinac City and went in there for the first time. It was awesome. And then I went to the Grand Hotel. The Grand Hotel is by far an awesome hotel. Opened in 1887 and is still attracting tourists to this day. In 1887, and they built that entire Grand Hotel in less than 90 days. They had to build it in 90 days. People literally were booking rooms for it as early as December the previous year, but they were still a pile of lumber in the land that would become Grand Hotel. They had to build it all in 90 days. It was... Thank you. But what do you think of me telling you about Michigan history, Veery? Like, of course, I look at Michigan and I'm like this. Oh my! I see a mitten when I look at the map of Michigan. Yeah. I mean, it was Michigan that Ford invented his Model T, and Michigan became the mecca for motorized transportation in the United States for years. Detroit was nicknamed Motor City. Now today, Detroit is now a mere shadow of its former self. And right now, Grand Rapids, Michigan, that's 45 minutes from where I live. Oh. Alright, I'll ask a question and I'll tell you a little bit more about Michigan history. Alright. Alright. What's the best year, what's the best time of year for Poland in terms of events? I know it's a stupid question. I'm just curious. What do you guys celebrate in Poland compared to the United States? Of course, you celebrate Christmas. I know that. Like that's a Christmas holiday. Or is that so? Oh, what holidays do you guys have in Poland that are strictly Polish? Of course, we got, it's different for every country. Every country has their own customs and events. Like, for example, Thanksgiving is an American holiday. Alright. I'm not sure what that means. Can you pronounce it in a different spelling? I'm trying out taking out the lake this way. We got entire areas. Yeah, right. Oh, it's English? Joe Caferi. Is that as close to the pronouncing? That's as close as I can get to pronouncing it. All right. Interesting. Sweet. Sweeto Nipo Diljilaski. That's, oh man, those are a mouthful. Sorry if I can't pronounce them. If I, if I blunder the spelling, I apologize. I mean, blunder the pronunciation, I apologize. Yeah. Alright. Since you told me those, I'll tell you what American holidays we celebrate. For example, in Michigan, there's an unofficial traditional day that's all about a ship that sank in the Great Lakes, called the Edmund Fitzgerald. Like 29 lives, all hands on deck lost. This was 1975. It was November 17th of 1975, and all hands lost. Basically, they sank. They sunk in Canadian waters off Lake Superior. Lake Superior is the name because a lot of ships have lost the fight against the ocean in Lake Superior, so that's why it's called Lake Superior. Yep. Ooh. Oh, your Independence Day. Interesting. Also, in America, we have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, to those who are unaware of what it is, if you're in a foreign country, is the day where we are thankful for what we have. Like, basically, it's a day where we're very, where we become very, we actually say how grateful we are around the table and thanking. Being grateful for what we have instead of asking for, this is a month before Christmas, so we're like this. All right, I'm very thankful that I have my home. I have what I have. Oh, you have Halloween. So how is it celebrated in Poland compared to America? Because I find that Halloween does not exist in Great Britain for some reason. That's the only thing I'm actually quite jealous of, is that you can actually have haunted attractions open any time of the year in Europe, but you can't but you can only be open during September and October in America, because people are like, that's Halloween. Yeah. That's Halloween, and I'm like this. Oh, I like haunted attractions, but I really wish they were open more than just 2 months out of the year. Oh. Yeah. I don't... Alright, that's cool. I like, and also, I'm trying to remember. Okay, in America we have the typical holidays, like, the 4th of July is our independence from Great Britain. 4th of July, and we declared independence from Great Britain. We got 1776, so that's 24 years. 124 years in 1900, and so 224 years in 2000. So I'm thinking, so add another 19 to 24, and you'll have your answer how old our country is. Like, for a young country such as the United States, we... Yeah, alright. Alright, I'm gonna ask another question, Viri. Um, does the Polish language have accents? You know, certain accents depending on what area of the country you're in? Like, for example, there's British accent, there's French accent. Of course, I'm what you would call northerner. Like, for example, there's in America. In America, there's there's two different accents. You're either born in the South, the Southern accent. There's the of course, my midget, but I'm doing it for fun and I'm sharing my experience with my viewers. I wouldn't, I mean, who knows? This time wasted could be timed gained if I can get my channel to be something bigger than this. So don't worry about it. And I'm working on this because I have nothing else to do. If I did have something else to do, for example, Beery, think of this. We have a hearse in the backyard. Dad wants me to sand it down. Wants me to sand it down to the metal so Dad can repaint it. And he's going to talk. He is going to record himself painting this hearse eventually. Sorry about that, Jack. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot, Mitch, and I apologize. I'll check it out after stream. Okay. I'm just thinking. Alright, your history. What people are you guys descended from in Poland? Of course, ancient France, when the Romans conquered it, was called Gaul. So I wonder where the term France came from. Alright, I might be done with my stream by the time you get back, Jack. No, I was talking to Veery, a midget. Sorry if I confused you. My family is descended has both German and British ancestors. Michigan, I think 20% of the population is descended from Germany. Not exactly. Of course, we were my family was American when World War II was out. It took a long time, midget. It took a long time. Alright. Interesting, Veery. I'm talking to Veery because he's from Poland, and it's awesome to talk to somebody else from another country. What do you think of my method, Veery, of taking out the lake? I'm taking it out slowly by doing it this way. Let me just think. We got 4 minutes till I end the stream, so I'll just ask a quick question. I mean, Alright. Just give me a second. Let me just finish this. Give me time to think. Yep. Okay. How cold are your winters at its worst? Do you get the same kind of weather that the Russians get during the Russian winter? This is gonna take a while. Oh, that's, alright. 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, in Fahrenheit, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But what do you think of my method of taking it out? Negative 50? Ugh. Like, hey, whether the Germans in World War II were bad or not, I feel sorry for them suffering in the Russian winter. Do you agree, Viri? Like, they may have been the bad guys, but you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy. Freezing to death. Yeah. Alright, I think it's time I end it for today. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end my stream today. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, Viri, thank you very much for the answers. And I like that small debate we had about World War II. And maybe next time you and me can continue that conversation. So, thank you guys very much. And if you guys like to support the channel, I do have a PayPal link in the description that you can look at, but it's all optional. So you guys all have a great day. God bless, people, and see you guys next time. Tomorrow I'll be playing the horror game Soma. I'm going to try and finish it tomorrow, but if I can't, there'll be a part 5. So I'll see you guys next time. God bless, people.